So there are countless ways you could potentially make money with ChatGPT. However, I just discovered one feature that I think is one of the easiest ways to get started. I'm not kidding when I say that this is one of the most powerful features I've ever discovered. And in this video, I'll reveal exactly what it is and how you can get started with it step by step to create your own products that you could potentially start selling online now. Now, I need to be clear about something. While the feature I'm about to show you is easy to use, I can't promise you any financial results. Even if you follow everything perfectly, you may not make any money. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here to ChatGPT, and I'm actually going to use this to help me do my research. So I'm going to type in here, what are the top selling ebook topics on Etsy right now? Give me 10 specific ideas that people are actively buying. And it's going to be able to search through the web and give me a list of the 10 most popular ebook ideas for Etsy. So we see things like side hustles / passive income guides, personal finance, health, wellness and nutrition, business and marketing, templates, recipes, etc., etc. So I'm going to dive in a little bit deeper and I'm going to tell it, give me some more specific ebook ideas, niche down, because I don't want such a broad category such as mental health or mindfulness. I want something a lot more specific. And now we have much more specific ideas. So instead of just a generic ebook about how to make money online, we see one here that specifically goes over faceless TikTok content. Instead of just a generic ebook about travel, we have one specifically talking about one bag travel for minimalists. Now we can't just take this at face value. We actually have to dive in, do a little bit of research ourselves to validate that these actually are good ideas. So I'm going to come over here to Etsy. I'm going to do all of my research now on Etsy. And I'm going to type in here one of these ideas. So let's go ahead and look up one bag travel. And I'll paste that in and I'll say one bag travel ebook guide. And then I'll click on search. And what I'm looking for are results here that validate that this is a good topic to make an ebook about. I want to see that other people have made ebooks on this topic before and that they're selling well. Now, specifically looking here, I'm not seeing that. I'm seeing plenty of travel books here, but none specifically about minimalist travel, specifically about that one bag travel. So I think that maybe that isn't a good option after all. So let's try a different one from the list. Let's try this one that says low content book ideas. So I'm going to go ahead and copy that, come back over to Etsy, and now I'll search for this. And by the way, guys, this is the free way of doing this. There are paid tools that you can use to do research like this on Etsy that are going to be a lot more powerful and a lot faster. However, for purposes of this video, I want to show you the completely free way to do this on Etsy. So I'm showing you this method. Now coming in here, what do we have? We have a KDP bundle beginner's guide right here, but notice that it doesn't have any reviews, so that's not very helpful. We have 100 plus Amazon KDP ideas. There we go, 1,000 plus, I should say. So there we go. This seller has 4.3 stars, 880 reviews. So that's very promising. That tells me that, yeah, this is a topic that people are willing to buy ebooks for. So let's go ahead and open this up, because we want to make sure they're actually receiving reviews for this product. And coming down here, we can see several reviews for this exact listing. So overall, this is one that is selling. This is something that we could potentially sell ourselves, and we're going to make an ebook like this using ChatGPT. All right, now for the fun part, let's actually create this ebook. I'm going to come back here to ChatGPT, and this is important. The better our prompt is, the better our results are going to be. So I'm going to type in here this prompt. It says, I want to create an ebook. The title is 500 Low Content KDP Ideas. When it is finished, we are going to have a multi-page ebook with a cover page with an image, table contents, 5 chapters, each covering several different KDP ideas. And each chapter should have both text and relevant images. I want it to look professional and ready to sell. Let's start with the cover page. Make the cover page as an image. So here's the result. I'm really happy with this. It has a nice big title here, and then all of these images that it threw in here as well. Very appropriate for this type of ebook. Now, if you wanted something a little bit different, you could tell it right here in the chatbot exactly what you're looking for. If you wanted a certain style, you can see that as well. Like I could potentially say, hey, want something more professional looking, or if this was like a travel guide, I could say want something more cinematic looking for the cover. But for purposes of this, this is perfect. Now what I'm going to do next is I'm going to tell it to create each of the subsequent pages. So I want to say, hey, go ahead and create the table of contents, go ahead and create chapter 1, chapter 2, and it's going to make all of those for you. I'm not going to show you all that because it's very straightforward, but let me go ahead and make all those pages and I'll show you what to do next. Now, once you have all of your pages, we need to combine them together and turn them into a PDF. Now, you can actually do this inside of ChatGPT. However, I find that it's a little bit easier to use one of these websites. I found a free one called smallpdf.com, and you're looking for the PNG to PDF converter. What I'm going to do is click here where it says choose files. I'm going to select all of the images and click on open, and then I'll see all of them right here, and I can organize them in the correct order. So I have the cover page, a table of contents, the cover sort of intro to chapter 1, and then actual chapter 1 right here. Then I can have the images for all the other pages in the ebook as well. So once I have all of them lined up exactly the way that I want, I click on finish, and then I can go ahead and download this as a PDF. And let's go ahead and take a look at it. There it is right there, all of the pages in the correct order, totally done for us. And this took like 10 minutes at the most. And we didn't have to touch Photoshop. We didn't have to touch Canva. Really, ChatGPT makes it so easy to make these ebooks. Now, before we list this on Etsy, if you're learning something new here, like if you didn't know ChatGPT could do this, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel because I'm constantly testing out new AI tools and workflows and finding practical ways to actually use them. And honestly, some of the stuff I've been discovering lately is just absolutely insane. So if you don't want to miss out on any of that, definitely subscribe. Okay, so we have our ebook created, but before we can actually list it on Etsy, we need to do one final thing. We need a mock-up image for our listing. Because on Etsy, people need to see what they're buying. They can't just see a blank listing. So we're going to create a mock-up using ChatGPT. So we're going to come back here. You can either return back to the chat where it originally made the cover page for you, or you can upload that cover page into a new chat and then just simply tell it that you're looking for a mock-up image for this ebook and you're going to use this image for a listing on Etsy. You want to make it look like the cover is on an iPad or tablet and you want an attractive themed background. So here is our mockup. You'll notice that it is the exact same cover we had before, but now it's on an iPad. So we can use this when we list this onto Etsy. So for instance, this listing right here, it shows the book cover on an iPad to really make it clear that this is going to be a digital download. So I'm going to go ahead and download this, and then I'll show you how we can create a listing on Etsy using this mockup. All right, let's actually get this listed now. So if you don't have an Etsy account already, come over to Etsy.com. You'll have to sign up for an account. They'll walk you through step by step, everything that you need. I already have an account, and once you do have an account, you can come up here, click on the Shop Manager. Then you want to click on the left here where it says Listings, and go ahead and add a listing up here on the top right. Now, underneath the category, this doesn't matter too much, but you can just type in here generally what this is. This is an ebook about KDP. And so we see guides and how-tos. That's perfect. I see people selling in all sorts of different categories, all these different ebooks. It doesn't really seem to matter. So guides and how-tos is a very popular category for putting ebooks into. So I'm going to click continue from there. And then here it's going to ask you, is this a physical item or a digital one? Obviously, I'm going to choose that this is a digital item. And then I'm going to say that I made it. And what is it? It is a finished product. Then where it says, when was it made? I'll say it was made this year. And how is this digital content created? I'll say it was made with an AI generator. And then I'll click on continue. Now, over here, we need a title. So I already sort of have a title, but I'm going to use ChatGPT to come up with an even better one. So I'm going to say to it, help me come up with an Etsy listing title for my ebook, 500 Low Content KDP Ideas. And there we go. We have a great title right there. So I'm just going to go ahead and copy that down and paste it over here into Etsy. Now here is where we can actually upload a photo of our product. So this is where we're going to upload that mock-up I showed you before. So just click here and go ahead and upload that mock-up. If you want to create additional ones, you're more than happy to do that as well. I also think it doesn't hurt to upload 1 page or 2 pages of the actual PDF as well, so that people get an idea of what it is it's going to look like. Now down here is where you actually upload the actual PDF, the digital file. So you're going to click here where it says add file and actually add in the one that the people are going to get when they actually purchase from you. Once you do that, you can then create a description. And again, we're going to use ChatGPT for that. I'll say to it, come up with an Etsy description for this listing. And here it gives me a polished Etsy description for my ebook listing. So I can go ahead again and just copy this down and bring it over here and paste it in. Pretty simple. Coming down a little bit more, you can set the price. Now the price you sell it for should primarily be based on what other people are selling it for on Etsy. You do want to be competitive, especially in the beginning. So I saw people selling it for a little bit more than $3. So I'm going to set $3 to start. I can always raise it later once I start to make more sales. And I know $3 doesn't sound like a lot. However, the key with this is really volume. Because you're going to be able to make these so quickly, you can add more and more of these to Etsy, and you have some of these sell hopefully every single day. Now the quantity doesn't really matter because it's unlimited. I usually just put like 100 in there. And then coming down here, a lot of this is already filled in, like the category. A lot of these attributes we don't need. And honestly, things like tags and materials really don't matter all that much. But if you wanted to throw some things in here, like and put in your KDP or Amazon KDP, whatever you want, stuff like that. Shipping doesn't matter because this is a digital file. Now under returns, we have no returns or exchanges, and you can ignore the other stuff down here. So pretty simple. You're just going to upload what you already have and basically use ChatGPT for the rest. And then you can click right here where it says publish, and then your ebook is live and ready for people to purchase. Now, if you like this video, then I have another one that I promise you're going to love. Check out this video right here. In this one, I cover 7 different ways to use Google's new AI image generator to potentially make money online. People absolutely love this video, so if you haven't watched it yet, definitely check it out by clicking right here, and I'll see you over there in just 1 second. Bye for now.